StraightallDay.com.
Discomfort is the key to your future success. We all understand the concept of the comfort zone, getting out of our comfort zone to achieve our outcomes, and everybody logically agrees that all human beings eventually die. Right? Everybody agrees to both of those points. So, with that in mind and that understood, for all of you, you want to take every goal that you have and achieve it as quickly as possible so that you have more time to enjoy the fruits of your labor or the return on investment from the goals that you achieve, from the things that you actually get done. This requires you moving with more speed relative to what you are used to moving with. So whatever your normal pace is, you got to move faster than that so that you can achieve your goals faster and you get to live more life in this condensed amount of time that you get called your life before you reach your inevitable death. So that means we got to get conscious about making ourselves uncomfortable with our speed, because everybody who's listening to this, if I told you and I challenged you, I said move a little bit faster for like the next 5 minutes or the next 1 minute of whatever it is you're doing, everybody's capable of doing it. Every single person listening to this, if I said just move a little bit faster in everything that you do for the next 5 minutes, everybody could do it. And let me tell you why you can do it. Number one is because you're not moving as fast as you could right now by default. And number two, the reason why you're moving at a pace that is not as fast as you could is because you're not conscious about the fact that you're not doing it. You're not conscious about the fact that you're moving at a default pace, which is not your fastest possible pace. Even though, if I asked all of you, would you like to achieve things and get things done in your life faster than you're currently getting them done? Everybody would say yes. The reason why people don't do it is because you're not conscious of it. And when you're not aware of something, you can't really do anything about it. This is the issue that most human beings have. Most people think their problem is I don't know something, or I don't have the tools, I don't have the resources, I don't know the right people, I don't have the information. Bullshit. None of that is your problem. The problem is that you are not consciously aware of the opportunities in front of you, and when you're not consciously aware of something, you can't do anything about it. So the way you put yourself in a position to do something about it is you got to get consciously aware of it, which means you have to be actively thinking about a thing for long enough that your subconscious mind eventually gets to the point, realizes that this is an important thing to you. And when you consciously think about something consistently for a certain period of time, is different for everybody depending on your baseline. Think about anything for long enough on purpose, consciously, eventually your subconscious mind takes over the task and realizes, okay, this is something that we are serious about, so now I'm going to take over the task. That's your subconscious mind, and now you do it without having to think about it. For example, think of something like tying your shoes. Any of you who has shoes with laces that you wore today, you tied your shoes and you probably didn't think about the fact that you were tying your shoes because you've done it so many times since you were 5 years old that now you can do it without having to think about it, because the subconscious mind understood, okay, you thought about it consciously a bunch of times so you could actually learn how to do it. Then you did it so often that the subconscious mind eventually said, okay, this is something that is going to be happening all the time, obviously, because he keeps doing it. Now we will take over this task, and the subconscious mind takes over the thinking part of tying the shoes. So now you don't have to think about it anymore. Now you do it without any conscious engagement. So now all of you could pretty much tie your shoes with close to with your eyes closed. Maybe not exactly, but you can get pretty close. That's the exact same thing that can happen with any behavior that you would like to change in life. This is the formula. Is that, first of all, identify the outcome that you want to achieve. Secondly, identify what behaviors are necessary for that outcome. Third, you got to be consciously thinking about those behaviors for a certain period of time, however long it takes, in order for the subconscious mind to take over. And then fourth, what happens is this just becomes your normal mode of operation, modus operandi, as some people like to call it. So it becomes your normal mode of operation, and this is just your normal baseline now. Can we agree that there are people out there who, as their normal baseline, do things that are completely different from what you do? And you do things that are completely different from what other people do. What's the difference? The difference is that it was programmed into you to operate a certain way until it became normal. And for other people, it's the same thing. It was programmed into them somehow, some way, whether they did it on purpose. Most people's behaviors are not on purpose. It's something that they just learned. They just picked it up. Maybe they learned it from their parents. Maybe in the environment, the people that they were around, they all did it. Maybe, let's say if somebody was, for example, in the military, they teach you to do things a certain way. You pick up certain habits from being in that environment. If you played a sport, there are certain habits that come from playing a sport. And as long as you keep them up and you don't do anything to stop them, you'll just continue operating by that code. And If there's something that you want to change, you got to get conscious about the change. Something you want to delete, something you want to add. You just got to get conscious about these things so that you have power over your, again, default settings, or your modus operandi, as we call it, your normal mode of operation, if there's any aspect of your life that you would want to change. And I'm using this as an example because I believe most of you listen to this. One aspect of your life that you will want to change is to take the speed at which you are currently reaching your goals and speed it up, make it faster. Let's achieve our goals even faster than what we're achieving right now, so that, again, you get to live more life and you get more enjoyment out of your life because you have more goals achieved in a shorter period of time. Again, who doesn't want to do this? I think everybody wants to do this. So with that said, let me tell you how you take this next step and where you take this next step. I'm looking for something here, but I'm recording on my phone right now, so I don't have the maps. And these smartphones have made us dumber because now I'm trying to find this place, and since I don't have my map in front of me, I'm not sure I'm even in the right place. I think I found it. Let me check. Maybe not. I think I did. Yes, I did. I found it. So, all right, I'm smarter than I thought I was. All that said, folks, workonyourgameuniversity.com. You want to work with me directly and have me as your direct coach. I coach people on doing these things, making the conscious turn into the unconscious, i.e. having your subconscious mind take over these tasks, so you don't have to think about these things anymore. You just do them without thinking, and your highest level of performance becomes your baseline level of performance. Again, ask yourself, how would your life change if the best performances that you've had in your life just became your normal everyday thing? If you just did that every single day, how would your life be different? And the next question is, why do you think that's impossible? Because it's not. I help people with this all the time. There are people who already play at this level. I mean, look around. You see people playing at this level. You're like, man, if I could just do that all the time instead of once in a while. Understand, this is a reality. It is a possibility, and it is within your grasp. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. Links down below in the description. Let's get to it. The only thing stopping you is time, and that's the one thing we don't have too much of. Work on your game. Dre all day.